Hello again, everybody. Welcome back to the Celtic Forever podcast. We've got John here to go over party day at Celtic Park yesterday and party day at Celtic Park today as well for the Celtic ladies winning their first league championship. Congratulations to them. But more importantly, congratulations to Celtic winning the league yet again, 3 in a row. Next year we're going for 4 in a row. Let's bring in John. How are we doing, John?
Aye, all good. Aye. Good result for the Celtic women today. Really enjoyed that game. What a way to win it. Last minute of the game, bang, pick it out. That Hibs ladies team. I don't know what the plan was today. I know we're here to talk about the men's team, but just wasted time the whole game, flying into tackles and all that. No getting Celtic an inch, and there's absolutely nothing in it for them. So I suppose they're maybe playing for pride or something like that, but they were certainly out to spoil the party, which obviously they didn't.
No, they didn't, John. I only watched the last 5 minutes and I saw the goal. So that was a bonus. So congratulations to the ladies. It was a nice wee goal as well from Amy Gallagher. It was a nice wee goal. So well done to them. We'll touch on that a wee bit later on, John. But right now, I just want to go through the housekeeping. We'll get that out the road first. And first of all, it's congratulations to Ian McCall, who was the only person that got the correct score right, John. 3-2 to Celtic against St Mirren. And we had over 200 entries into the competition, John. That is unbelievable, eh? But congratulations to Ian anyway.
Aye, it's the only thing Ian McCall's going to be celebrating this season, isn't it?
Aye, well, aye. His name isn't spelled McCall as in traditional sense. It's MCAUL, Ian McCall. So congratulations, Ian. Well done, son. You get the two prizes. He's already sent me his address. So that'll be posted on Monday and he'll get that by Wednesday or Thursday. So congratulations. Moving on, swiftly moving on actually, because we've got a lot to get through. Hit like, hit share, hit subscribe if you don't mind. That would be appreciated. Help out the YouTube channel. And join us over on the Facebook channel as well. Xander John over on Facebook. The link is below in the description. Just click that and it'll take you directly to the Facebook channel where there is plenty of extra videos, etc., extra content that we can't put on YouTube. So just have a wee look at that if you've got a Facebook account. All right, let's move on, John. Let's get started into this, and we'll start with the news, rumours. We always start with any news, rumours, or anything else that's happening outside of the game yesterday. And right away, I noticed that Lennon and Big Sutton were trying to get Joe Hart to stay. John, did you see that on Sky Sports, trying to get the big man to stay?
Aye, I don't think there's much chance of it happening though. That's gone. I think Big Jozowski. Aye, I did see Lenny and Big Sutton trying to get him to stay, and they're right. He's got another good season in him, Joe Hart. But look, the big man's made his mind up, and we can only give him our best wishes. So, aye, good efforts for Sutton and Lennon, but look, all the best to Big Joe Hart in the rest of his life and all that in his career, whatever he decides to do, media or whatever. Aye, goes with my blessings, Ander. What a great servant, what a great guy as well.
Yeah, well said, John, and that's what I think as well. He's been a superb servant. But fair play to Lenny and Sutty for trying to get him to stay. They one they're letting it go, were they? So anyway, we'll move on, John. Good luck to Big Joe, whatever he decides to do in his career. The other thing in Sky Sports was Big Sutton with this Chris Boyd cardboard cutout. I think the cardboard cutout would do a better job than Chris Boyd, to be fair. But that was the Rangers are coming slagging. Try to troll him if you like. Big Sutton, the cardboard cutout. That was quite funny, wasn't it?
Aye. I never seen the cardboard cutout right enough. But I was certainly that's what boys like, isn't it? A cardboard cutout. That's exactly what he's like. Nay, he's no nothing, is he? No personality, nothing. Just likes to hate on Celtic and be a wee Sefco cheerleader. That's his game. That's why he's even a pundit. I've no idea. Totally unprofessional, Xander.
Yeah, he's very poor, John. But I just thought it was funny, Big Sutton with the cardboard cutout. I thought it was really funny, actually. Let's get into this party, John, in Glasgow City Centre yesterday. Well, the Daily Record and the Sun. You know, they were just sitting there waiting with their rubbing their hands, waiting on the slightest wee thing to happen. So both the Sun and the Record hitting out with the carnage headlines, John. Carnage on the streets, unbelievable. A wee bit of rubbish lying here and there, maybe a wee fight, between one or two guys, whatever. It's going to happen. with a gathering of 60, 70,000 people, John. You know, an absolute nonsense to be perfectly honest with you. So you can just see the wee daily record and the wee Sun guys sitting there rubbing their hands, waiting on the litter being left behind, etc. You know, all I can say is any Celtic supporter listening, do not buy the Daily Record, do not buy the Sun. You know, and I don't think the Celtic supporters really do buy these newspapers, do they?
But I certainly don't. When was the last time anybody bought a newspaper, to be honest? I haven't bought a newspaper well over 10 years under. It's just... but look, I think they're confusing the word carnage with celebration. It's
Yeah,
something I'm not used to seeing, you know, celebration. We're used to it, so a wee bit of celebration doesn't hurt the Celtic fans and any Celtic media fans. But it certainly hurts the Blue Nose ones, doesn't it? They don't like it. That's exactly what they were fearing. The big party. Yet again, we've had another big party, and it went down well with all the Celtic fans. We all had a great time. Well, I didn't because I wasn't there. But the only thing that matters is the Celtic fans enjoyed themselves. There was no riots. There was nothing like that. So, and like you says, anybody that hears about things like that for newspapers, like if you can even call it a newspaper, the Daily Record and the Sun, they're not even news, just rags. You know what I mean?
yeah. Well said, John. Well said. And to be fair to the BBC, they reported on the party atmosphere, so well done to the BBC for that. No reports of any trouble or anything like that, so the BBC just did their job. Another thing I was going to mention as well, John, there was no mention in these newspapers of the brawl that happened inside Tynecastle. More glass bottles being thrown by Rangers supporters, John. No mention of that.
I'm surprised at them throwing glass bottles at their own. But
Yeah.
look, they didn't mention the bottles getting thrown at Mattarelli and the Celtic dugout and all that stuff. They don't mention any of that stuff. That's acceptable. If they do it, it's acceptable. If one Celtic fan steps out of line in this country, it's all other newspapers and all that. That's why nobody buys their newspapers. So let us know in the comments, anybody that still buys the Sun or the Record or whatever rags is going to be out there, I don't know. I don't buy papers, but look, they're just a disgrace. They've always tried to tarnish. They always try to tarnish everybody. To be honest with you, that's the name of their game. You know, they're just they're out looking for gossip, Xander, for their headlines. That's all it is.
Yeah, that's it, John. You can just picture the wee Daily Record and Sun guy sitting there at Glasgow City Centre with a laptop and he's, you know, rubbing his hands and his wee cold horns and his wee computers to report on the rubbish line about, you know, the Mars bar rappers, you know. Anyway, and I think the Celtic supporters help with the rubbish anyway, so obviously there's no report on that either. Anyway, let's move on, John. I was having a look at the players that have left that may be entitled to a winners medal, John. Nat Phillips, Ideguchi, Kwon, Montgomery, Johnston, Turnbull. And I think there's only two entitled to a medal, John. Alistair. Mikey Johnston and Turnbull, John, both entitled to a Champions Winners Medal.
All right. Well, but just finishing on your thing about the supporters, Celtic fans won the league and truly kept rubbish off the streets, if you know what I mean.
Yeah, that's it, John. Well said. Yeah.
I Turnbull and Mikey Johnson. I like Mikey Johnson. Turnbull, I'm just glad to see the back of him, Xander. Just so glad to see the back of that guy. But look, I wish the boy the best in his future and all that. Just again, no Celtic class, but he gets his wee medal. And Mikey Johnson, I think I look forward to seeing him come back next season. See what he's because he's getting held in high regard in South right now. You know.
Yeah, that's it. And he also had an assist in the playoffs yesterday, John. So he's still doing it for West Brom. You know. Okay, John, that was good. Good luck to the two boys, as you say. Whatever they do in their careers, you know, don't know if Mikey's going to come back or no. We'll wait and see in the summer. This Celtic Legends game, John, against Borussia Dortmund the day after the Scottish Cup final at Celtic Park. I'll let me run through the Celtic team, right? No many people will know this, possibly, so I'll run through the Celtic team. Tell me what you think, John, right? Boric in goal, Charlie Mulgrew in defence with O'D, Ambrose, Izagiri and Lustig. McManus is also flung in there as well, a couple of subs. The midfield, there is Barry Robson, Joe Ledley, Scott Brown, Sean Maloney, Simon Donnelly and Stilling Petrov. And up front, we have Gary Hooper, George Samaras and Venegoor of Hesselink. Big salt and vinegar Hesselink there, John. What do you think of that team?
There's some great players in there, isn't there? Great Celtic servants in there. Big Samaras, I like Big Samaras. Big Salt and Vinegar, I liked him.
Yeah.
Obviously Stan Petrov. Aye. All outstanding players, to be honest with you. All great players for Celtic, them. It'd be good to... I didn't even know there was a Legends match on. You know me for keeping up with the news. Tend not to really bother that much with it. I can only comment on what you say. Sometimes I do check the news and all that, but most of the time you check it. I just let you do the talking. I'll do the walking.
All right, mate. And it's only £15 a ticket for this Legends game. You know, that's value for money for me. That's outstanding. £5 for a child ticket as well. So great prices there, John. £15 a ticket. I might buy a couple of them myself.
Again, not really my kind of thing, but I've seen a couple of Legends games before in the past, but see now the older I've got, it's not really something I'm really that interested in. But it is a good day out. I remember for the ones that I have seen, I've seen a couple. Can't mind what they were, to be honest with you, but they were good days out, family days out, great occasions, and that'd be a good day for the win, is it?
The day after the Scottish Cup final, John, 26th of May.
The 26th of May. Well, if we win the Scottish Cup, I'm sure it'll be a great atmosphere. Look, the league's the most important thing, isn't it, of course, but aye, good luck to the Celtic Legends, and I don't really know what to say because it's a Legends game. They don't really... Is it a charity thing or something like that?
Yeah, it'd be for charity, John. It's just a good laugh, and all the money goes to charity as well. So well done to Celtic for setting that up, and well done to Borussia Dortmund for coming across as well. Had a wee look through some of their players. There's no many players that I recognise, obviously, because I'm a Celtic supporter. And you've got to remember, John, some people pay £15 to sit and listen to Paddy McCourt talking for an hour.
I don't believe for a second anybody paid them £15 to listen to Paddy McCourt talking for an hour. No disrespect to Paddy McCourt, great player and all that, but I certainly wouldn't pay any money to any podcast to listen to somebody talking for an hour. There's a million videos on YouTube of ex-Celtic players talking for free. Why would I pay them £15?
Welcome to a night with Paddy McCourt. Anyway, John, let's move on. We've got a lot to get through. Let's get into the game, right, John? It was the St Mirren game. It was a party atmosphere, John. It was beautiful to watch. What a day. It must have been about 25 degrees on Saturday there, John. What a day it was. The same as the day, very hot today as well, but just the atmosphere, even just, watching it, from a distance, you could just tell it was a great atmosphere.
Aye. That definitely looked like a nice day, nice atmosphere. St Mirren trying to obviously put a stop to the party, but so it looked good. Fans were in good voice, good spirits. They were all, I think Celtic fans were just thinking ahead to the party down at Trongate, a lot of them. But what an atmosphere at the game. Great atmosphere, and the nice hot sunshine. It's just, I don't know, just brilliant. Just always good when it's sunny and there's something to celebrate in it.
Yeah, John, it was, and fair play to St Mirren as well, because they had smiles on their faces. They were just there for, the end of the season game, bounce game, and they played well as well. If you know what I mean, St Mirren made a game of it. Celtic made a game of it. It was a good game to watch, quite exciting, and we got the result in the end. So let's go through it, John. First minute, Palmer shot over the bar, well over the bar. So showed their intent early on there. Third minute, Welsh header wide, very close from a corner, John. Big Welsh, unlucky there, but I thought he should have done a wee bit better.
Aye, I can't say any more than that. I should have definitely done better with that.
Yeah, and he also picked up an injury. We'll get to that, but that's the only injury we've got just now. He's very injury prone, Welsh, John.
He is, isn't he? He is very injury prone, Stephen Welsh. Kind of feel sorry for him a wee bit, didn't you, Stephen Welsh? But Aye, look, it is what it is. He's away down to what, third pick or something like that, Stephen Welsh.
Yeah.
I can't see a future for big Stephen Welsh at Celtic, Sander.
Yeah, I think if he wants a permanent place in that defence, John, he's got to improve. He's got to bulk up for a start. These injuries are, he's not going to make it with all these injuries, and he's got to improve on his game as well. And Brendan will be working on that, so we'll wait and see what happens in the next season or whatever. But as it stands, John, as you say, he's third pick, so let's get Welsh worked on and get him into a better defender, if you like. Moving on, John, St Mirren get their goal. O'Hara, it was a nice wee finish, sort of Stramash, but it was a wee quick turn, 12 yards out. O'Hara, Celtic support. O'Hara, I might add. Nice wee finish, bangs the ball into the net. 1-0 St Mirren. We've got a game in our hands here.
Aye, nice finish for O'Hara. Laughing boy.
I thought that was quite funny, actually.
He doesn't stop laughing, O'Hara, does he?
No, doesn't he? No.
I like O'Hara, by the way. I think he's a half-decent striker, O'Hara.
Yeah.
Every time I've seen him, I've always thought that boy's a half-decent player. I'm not saying he's good enough for Celtic, but he is a decent striker.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it was all a wee finish on the half turn by Big Joe, got Heartland goals. Nice wee finish, John. And then we get the equaliser. This was the 21st minute. Just going to rattle through this, John. 21st minute, O'Reilly shot for about 20 yards. Lovely wee layoff. No, it was about 18 yards. When it lay off for Kyogo, just inside the box. Rattles it by their goalkeeper. One each. Decent wee finish, John. And a nice wee assist from Kyogo there.
It was, nice assist, but this finish was top notch, wasn't it? Absolute class with Matt O'Reilly yet again. Brilliant.
Yeah, that was a nice finish. As you say, what more can you say about it? He's been doing it all season. Player of the year, Matt O'Reilly, bangs in another goal. What was that? He's up to now, John, 18, 19, something like that.
I say, is it 19? Is it 19? I can't. It's 18 or 19. I can't remember which one. I remembered the last podcast, but I can't remember now.
All right, mate. Fair dues. I can't remember either. Swiftly moving on, John. We're rattling through this quite well. 4 minutes later, Stevie Welsh with a bundle on. Is it O'Hara he bundles down? I can't remember. It was O'Hara that scores the penalty. So, and it was a decent penalty. He hit that with conviction, shushing the Celtic fans with a smile on his face. So he's obviously just having a wee bit of a laugh there. But it was a nice enough penalty, John.
It's a beautiful penalty. High into the net, right into the corner. Nobody's getting that. No keeper's getting that. It was a perfect penalty for O'Hara. But the build up to the penalty, how bad was Stephen Welsh exposed? I've seen that a few times this season with Stephen Welsh. The ball over his head, they can't cope with it. Mm-hmm. Just badly exposed. And that's a weakness with Stephen Welsh, Sander. He can't judge the flight of the ball, I don't think. Because I've seen that a few times this season. The long ball over the top and it's right over his head. And he's had to do something drastic to try and stop it. And yesterday it was a penalty. And O'Hara dispatches expertly.
Yeah, he does, John. He does. He scored 2 against Celtic. No many players do that. So well done to him, I suppose. But we are Celtic and we fight right back within 10 minutes, John. We've got another equaliser and it's a beautiful, what a ball. Hatate himself wins the ball in the midfield. And then Hatate puts the cross in for Kyogo, John. What a cross. Beautiful. I think you said on the last podcast, it wasn't just a cross into the box, it bend and swerve on it. Straight to the toes of Kyogo, John. Rattles into the net. Sort of a typical Kyogo goal, that 1-2-2, John.
Aye, that's what he thrives on, Kyogo, isn't it? Beautiful assist for Hatate. Hatate's just world class. You just see the vision that he's got. And that's very important for players like Hatate playing in that position of the park. His vision is impeccable. And there's nobody in the league, nobody with better vision than Real Hatate.
Yeah, that's it, John. It's so good to have him back from the long-term injury. And he's not just came back and huffed and puffed, John. He's came back and he's bang on for him.
He is. He's playing wonderful, Hatate. And I'll keep saying it. I've said it 100 times. I'll say it again. Best player in the league by a country mile. Best player at Celtic. It's so good to have him. Let's hope next season this boy can stay injury free, because that boy is gone places. Trust me, Xander. That's a player and a half.
Yeah, he's a player and a half, and I think he'll stay anyway. We'll maybe do another podcast regarding the squad. I feel like midweek or whatever, John, whenever we can. But yeah, I think he'll stay at Hatate. I think he loves it at Celtic. But I did notice he was sort of in the celebrations, didn't look very happy. He was lying on the ground. Somebody had to help him to his feet. Did you notice that, John?
Hatate does that a lot, though. I've seen that a lot with Hatate. He seems to be quite emotional as well. He gets a bit teary with stuff as well. You remember Rodgers putting his arm around him when he was coming off the park? One game last season. I can't remember what game it was. That was this season. The start of this season, I think. So I don't know what it is with Hatate, but that's just the way he is. I think he's just an emotional guy, Xander. I don't think there's anything, sinister with it. Oh, every time I see it, I think he's been injured.
Yeah.
That's what I always think when I see it. But no, he's no injured. I think it's just the way he is, Xander. He's just quite emotional, I think.
Yeah, John, because I noticed that I put it on the Facebook, one of the videos on Facebook yesterday as well. Get over there, folks, by the way. Watch these videos because they're getting thousands and thousands of views. If you've got a Facebook account, Xander John, watch. There must be about 20 videos over there that I can't put on YouTube, unfortunately. It's nothing to do with not wanting to put things on YouTube. I just can't do it anymore for the risk of getting the channel copyrighted and blocked. So get over to Facebook and have a wee look at the videos over there. But there's a video of Big Joe Hart giving Hatate a massive cuddle, John. I don't know, maybe it was a bit teary, I'm not too sure. But as you say, John, I think he's just maybe a wee bit emotional. All right, moving on. 2-2 at this point. What a game. 4 goals in the first half, John. 2 goals apiece. 39th minute, we've got Parma with a Kyogo. Another lovely cross for Kyogo. Parma misses his shot, John. It was a bit of a sitter, that one. Hits it by the post.
I've just had images when he missed that. I just thought Henrik Larsson. What would Henrik Larsson have done that? You can see Henrik flying through there, sticking the head on that, couldn't you? All legs off the ground, flying through there. He'd have stuck that right in the top corner, but Lewis Palmer ain't no Henrik Larsson.
No, no, he's not. But didn't even need to be Larsson to bury that, John. I think Sean Maloney would have buried that anyway. No harm with Sean Maloney. It was just the first name that came to my head.
I was going to say, poor Sean Maloney. What's he done to? Speaking of Sean Maloney, do you not think he looks like Bill Murray, the actor?
He does. He does. Yeah, he does. Yeah, absolutely, especially when he's hair shaved and that. He does.
Aye.
Yeah. Okay, John. Half time. 2 each. Time to take a breather. I noticed that in that Sun yesterday, John, none of the players got a drinks break yet again. Did you notice that?
I did. I thought you were going to say time to have a pie or something like that, being half time, but I did notice there was no break, and it was hot yesterday. I don't live in Glasgow, as you know, but even here it was boiling hot. Couldn't get a sleep last night. It was so hot in the room and all that stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah, there was no water break at Celtic Park yet again.
Mm-hmm.
And there was, I don't know how hot it was in Glasgow the day either. There was no water break for the females, and that's a hard game for them on that big pitch.
That's it, John.
No water break.
It must have been at least 25 yesterday and about 21 the day. So the SFA need to get that sorted out because that's the safety of the players that are in question there, isn't it, John? So get it sorted for the next game, which will be the cup final. We're going to get into that very soon. Second half kicks off. Tippy-tappy went at the second half. It was maybe the team players were getting tired with the heat, whatever, I don't know. But the first thing I noticed was a goal-saving tackle from Big Narocki in the 60th minute, John. What a tackle that was for Big Narocki to stop them going 3-2 up.
Aye, played well yesterday in the Rocky. I can't say any more than that. Nice tackles. Just look, you should be doing that anyway. That's his job. Make the tackles. That's your job. Get it done. Same with Palmer missing the sitter. Get it in the net. That's your job.
No, it's a 1-1, John. The boys 1-1 through the keeper, and he has to get back to make the tackle. I thought it was outstanding. What a tackle! If that was Van Dijk, people would be going off their head with it, So no, great tackle. Give the boy credit for it. Superb goal-saving tackle. I thought that was, John. As you say, he's a defender. That's what he's there to do as well. So he done his job. Moving on, John. There wasn't really anything happening in the second half. Was there anything you can think of that happened in the second half apart from the winning goal?
Greg Taylor lifting up the goalkeeper's shot before the corner and then laughing. Don't know what that was all about.
Did they see that actually?
It was funny, you know how when they're all standing in the boats, jostling for a bit of space,
Right.
Greg Taylor was standing behind the keeper and lifted his top up and then laughed.
I didn't see that. All right, fair enough. You think he's a bit of a joker, or Greg Taylor. I think he's always, the boy's always got a smile on his face, isn't he, Greg? So I think it was a bit of a, you know, funny atmosphere. No funny as in the players all had smiles on their faces, just like John. Both sets of players. There was nobody really, taking it seriously, if you like. But we get the winning goal anyway, John, just to put the icing on the cake. Palmer, decent cross for Ralston. 86 minutes, a couple of minutes to go. Palmer, and he buries this one, John. He's not missing a sitter here. He's about 4 yards out, 4 or 5 yards out. Just smashes it into the empty net. Celtic going to the party with a 3-2 win.
Aye, that'll do nicely. That's all we wanted. A wee win for the celebrations. And we got it. Nice wee finish for Lewis Palmer. Couldn't miss really, could he? Same as his header. His header was an easier chance.
Yeah, that's it, John. That's it. He gets his goal, and that's another boy plays with a smile on his face, Palmer. But so full time whistle goes, John. And I did notice, I was expecting about 9 minutes injury time. No injury time. What did you think of that?
It was strange, wasn't it? I think, look, saying the last game of the season, it's not going to make a jot of difference, goal difference, is it, at that point for any team? The refs obviously decided just to end it there. I'm glad he did, to be honest with you.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, if I was St Mirren, I wouldn't be happy if I wanted to come into that game with a draw. But as you say, it doesn't really matter, does it? We get the win. Full time whistle goes, and the full time whistle goes over at Tynecastle, John. Rangers have drawn the game, so we actually finished league 8 points clear. Outstanding season for Hoops.
It certainly is. But I noticed the St Mirren players after the Lewis Palmer got the goal, by the way, they were all doing on their knees. They were gutted at that, Xander. They were there to take something. Did you notice that?
Yeah, they played well, John St Mirren. They were there to win the game. Make no bones about it. You got to think at 2-1 to St Mirren and at 1-0 to St Mirren. Imagine we needed the win going into that last game, John.
I know. But look, Celtic's made a lot of changes, Xander. If Celtic would have had the full squad out, they'd have wiped the floor with St Mirren. I've absolutely no doubt about that. But the amount of changes that were made, practically the full defence, no Maeda or anything like that, no James Forrest. I think it was Brendan done the right thing in resting the players, Xander, to be honest with you. I'm glad he did.
Yeah, we sort of mentioned that on the podcast on Friday night, didn't we? That we would do that and maybe bring on the big guns if required, but they weren't required. So, yeah, that means Maeda's rested for the cup final. It means Carter Vickers is rested. It means Scales is rested. It means Johnson's rested. It means Forrest is rested. So, yeah, good decision for the manager there, John. And we get the victory at the end of it. Santa Claus, John. Santa Claus. What did you think of that? That was absolutely hilarious. Wasn't it blessing himself with the trophy as well?
Santa Claus, the brother of Stefan.
Aye, the brother, the brother of Stefan blessed himself with the trophy. That was hilarious. That guy must have been roasting walking out with that Santa outfit on yesterday. But a wee bit of humour there, John, to end the season. It was just nice to see 8 points clear at the end of the season, John. The season is finished. The season is over. We're going to the summer as champions. What's your overall feelings, mate?
I'm delighted, of course. I mean, who wouldn't be? What Celtic fan wouldn't be? I mean, that's just been a great end to the season, and we were all kind of worried a wee bit maybe a few weeks ago when we fell so many points behind in the league. We started to get concerned, wondering if the full squad were going to get back. And as we says a long time ago, once that full squad's back, we'll go on to win the league, and we did. So that's brilliant. But we Santa Claus, it was good to see him, and it's a bit odd hearing the Celtic fans singing Christmas songs in the summertime, innit?
It was good. It's different. Let's put it that way, John. Congratulations to the champions. Before we touch on the Scottish Cup final, John, a wee mention for the ladies today. Big mention, actually. Well done to Celtic ladies. Well done to Amy Gallagher, who scored the winner with a few minutes to go. It was a lovely wee goal as well, John. I've got it over on Facebook if you want to have a look at it. I just watched the last 5 minutes because I was having a wee kip today. With me being an old man, I just had a wee kip, woke up, caught the last 5 minutes. Great atmosphere at Paradise again, John. Must have been about 15,000 the other day to watch that. What did you make it, John? You watched the whole game, didn't you?
7,500 under.
Was it right? Okay.
Aye. There should have been a lot more there for them. I felt even if they just filled the bottom of the north stand up, the bottom tier, would have been nice. But nah, it was about 7,500. Still a great crowd for the women's game. Still a fantastic crowd. So well done to all the Celtic fans that turned up for that. Aye, it was a good game, Xander. It was. You could see the Celtic women were edgy. They knew all they had to do was probably win 1-0 and the league was theirs because the Sefco ladies were, I think, 15, 16 goals behind or something. But aye, look, they got it over the line. They got the last minute goal. It was just an edgy game. The Celtic ladies looked nervous. They were punting the ball long. They were losing the ball, trying to rush the game, trying to get the goal fast, and instead of just taking their time. But aye, it was really good. Really enjoyed it. The last minute goal was brilliant. It just made my day, to be honest with you. What a weekend. Because you're watching that game thinking, don't tell me they're going to lose the league to Sefco ladies. Because they were winning 4-0. Both teams tied in points. All Celtic had to do was score one goal. So it was really nervy. But what a finish to the game. Absolutely fantastic. And aye, I'll maybe celebrate that with a shower tonight.
Yes, yeah, it's been a fantastic weekend, John. I was a wee bit nervous because I only caught the last 5, well, plus injury time, so 10 minutes I caught of it. And I knew because the only reason why I put the game on is I checked the BBC and Celtic ladies were drawn, and both Glasgow City and Rangers were winning, so I knew one of them were going to win it if Celtic didn't score. So I put it on and we get that goal. Well done to the ladies, just well done. It's the first league title, the first of many, hopefully. And just a weekend to remember, John.
That certainly is, aye. Glasgow City had no chance of winning the league. They're well behind the league. But the Sefconians, they definitely had. All they had to do was win and hope Celtic drew. That's all. But there's a lot of good pictures of them all sick. Their fans at the end, the head and the hands and all that stuff.
Yeah.
The Sefco fans, I mean.
Yeah, no, yeah. Well,
so I was looking on websites and that, and I seen all the pictures. Brilliant. They're sick. That was their only chance of winning a trophy this season, and they thought they were going to do it today. But they're all looking at their phones, waiting on the result coming through. Last minute of the game's under, bang. All their hopes are up in the air.
yeah, there was a delicious wee goal, John. That lassie Gallagher just, she turned around the full Hibs defence. She got the break of the ball as well halfway through it and rattled it low into the net. So a lovely wee finish to win the league. All right, John, let's park that. We touch on the Scottish Cup final. Obviously, we're going to do a full preview of that, but Rangers going into that one with a draw against Hearts, 3-each draw against Hearts, finishing 8 points behind the champions. At one point they were the champions, John, but they finished 8 points behind, throwing bottles at each other inside the stadium. They're in turmoil, John, going into the Scottish Cup final. I know that goes for nothing because there's still 90 minutes of football to be played. But are you looking forward to it, John? Scottish Cup final, May the 25th, glorious sunshine, etc.
I think the nerves will start kicking in because it is a one-half game, isn't it? It's always Scottish Cup finals, always a hard game, no matter who you're playing against. But being Sefco, it's obviously going to be that wee bit harder, being a derby match. But I think they've got a lot of their players still out injured, which is good for Celtic. Celtic's got a full squad available, which is brilliant. So definitely looking forward to it, Xander. Like you say, hope it's a nice sunny day yet again. Celtic in the sun. There's nothing better, is there?
No, it'll be one to remember if we win it. Obviously, we want to remember. We all know that, but I'm sure the boys will get it over the line, John. But we'll do a full preview of that on Friday night for the game on Saturday. All right, John. That just about wraps it up. That's the end of the season, John. That's Obviously, we're going to be doing podcasts all through the close season. But it'll not be 2 or 3 a week like we've been doing. It'll probably just be the one a week. So let's go run through some comments if you've got them, John.
Aye, let's get through some comments. I was just thinking while you were talking there about the cup final dies in Maeda and all that stuff. The players that we've got available, Xander, I've just got a strong feeling about we're going to win this one. We've certainly got plenty of hope in my heart about winning this one. It's really important that we win it. Finish the season on a high. But see, at the end of the day, what we done yesterday, lifting that league trophy, is the most important thing. With the riches of the Champions League, and we've took it to 54 titles as well, which is good. One behind them apparently, but they think they've got 55. But I don't know why they think that. But aye, absolutely fantastic seasons, and the most important thing was winning the league.
Yeah, absolutely no doubt about it. Scottish Cup would be a lovely bonus to take it to a double, but the Scottish Cup doesn't get into the Champions League new format, John. The Scottish Cup, we were lucky if you get £250,000 prize money for that. It's just a nice wee bit of silverware to end the season with, and obviously that's what we're looking to do. And I think we will. Do it. It's not going to be easy. Obviously, we're playing our rivals. But I think it's in the bag. I'm feeling that confident now, John. We're on form. We're playing some lovely football just now.
Aye, Celtic are definitely the form team. But it goes for nothing when it's a derby match, as we know, Xander. But look, the season's over now, basically. That's it, done and dusted. The league's in the bag. The most important trophy of the season. Nobody can deny that. Scottish Cup's just a bonus at the end of the day. It's just the kind of cherry on top of the Bakewell tart, and that's all it is. Just a wee cherry on top if we win it. Gives the Celtic fans an extra day to celebrate down at the Trongate. That's all it is.
Yeah, that's it. Yeah, and the wee daily record men will be sitting waiting on us. So, it's just another party day, John, as you say, isn't it?
Aye, I agree with some of them. Keep rubbish off the streets, and we did it. Like I says earlier, we kept rubbish off the street. That's all I can say.
Yeah. Would you prefer, John, a cherry bakewell or an almond slice?
Oh, I think a cherry bakewell all days, Xander.
But I love an almond slice. It's sort of similar in taste, but the almond slice don't get the cherry, don't you know? But I don't know. It's close. It's close. I'm going to go for almond slice. I love an almond slice. Lovely.
Aye, I like almond slices, but I think if right now, if you would offer me a cup of tea and a cake, it would be a cherry bakewell. Double eating, I think.
All right, mate. All right. Final comments of the footballing season, if you like. John, what have you got for us, buddy?
Final comments of the league season, for sure. Yeah. Excuse me. First up was our Paul McEwen with the same comment as usual. Mad Paul. And Paul starts us off with Hail, hail, the Celtic and the women's Celtic. Am I reading the right podcast here? I think I've read that before.
No, John, I think that was added on for the other day. Yeah, yesterday, day before. Was it yesterday? Friday, sorry. That was for Friday. So, no, I've seen that one as well. He's added the ladies in his comment as well.
Aye, hail, hail, the Celtic and the women's Celtic. And then Celtic are well, hail, hail. I mean, look, Paul, I've read that comment before. Definitely you've left that exact same comment on another video before. I mean, I think you leave it in every video, but never mind.
No. Yeah, well, you mentioned the ladies, John. It's a double for us this weekend. The ladies and the gentlemen, the league champions. I don't really follow the ladies' game, as you know, John. I think you used to. I'm not sure what you do now, but it's just great for the Celtic ladies, isn't it? It's just a great story for them.
It's their first title, aye. So, aye, it's definitely a great story. Winning the title at Celtic Park in the sun. There's no better things, and I'm telling you. Winning any trophy in any capacity as a Celtic player in the sun, there isn't a better thing in the world than that for me.
Yeah, that's it, John. Yeah. All right, mate. Okay. What else you got for us?
I'll tell you what else I've got for you. I've got mad about football. Says a double prize, woohoo. And then it says who. Is that woohoo in a different line? I don't know. And winning league, he says, I'm famous. Thanks, John and Xander. I'm on cloud nine. That's because he won the prize that he's been mad about football. He's been entering every competition and never won it until now. Last day of the season, wins a cracking double prize, Xander.
Yeah, Mad About Football winning the prize. And I'm going to need your address, Mad About Football. So what you'll need to do is contact us on the Facebook page. Send me a private message over at Xander John, and we'll get that sent out to you on Monday, because I forgot to get his address, John. So I just need his address. And the same as, who was it, Ian? The one yesterday's. He sent his address already on Facebook, John. So I'll get that posted tomorrow as well, buddy, and you'll get your prize before the end of the week, I think.
Aye, defo. Anyway, next up was Collins Stewart. Collins says, paper roses for blue noses, big real bouquet for champions, and says, well done to Mad About Football. Hail, hail, John and Xander. And he also liked the tifo, so thanks for that, Collins.
Yeah, thanks, Collins, and well done for congratulating the winner there. Well done.
Aye, Collins has won a few prizes himself, or at least Michelle has, Collins' wife. But thanks for that, Collins. Next up was, who's this? This isn't Paul McComb. Anybody that says user always think it's Paul McComb. I need to click on their name to get it. Just Chris, plain old Chris. And Chris says, Celtic champions.
Yeah, Celtic champions. He left a comment. That's all I look for. Leave your comments. Just showing his feelings, John. Celtic champions. Well said, Chris. And hopefully it'll be double champions come next weekend.
Aye, be double would be lovely. Thanks for that, Chris. Next up was James Doran. James says, we are hitting top gear right now, just in time for the Scottish Cup final next weekend. And Duracell boy was outstanding once again, and confident that we will win that final against Sefco. I think this is referring to the game against Kilmarnock, is it? No, these comments, I'm not sure.
Yeah, well, sorry, John. You know the funny thing about Duracell boy Maida, if you like. I've noticed the last 3 or 4 weeks, John, he's playing with a smile on his face. Have you noticed that? He looks like a different man. I know he's got a different haircut, right? But he looks more relaxed, more happy. I don't know what the change is. But, John, have you noticed that? I don't know if anybody else has noticed that.
Aye, he does look happier. He doesn't usually smile, does he? Usually walks about with the same face. He scores, he's got the same face. He gets sent off, he's got the same face. Playing just through the game, his face never changes. But recently, aye, smiles galore for wee Dyson, aye. What a player, by the way. Do you notice, I've got to bring up in the post-match Sefco, they're saying this, what's his name? This diver for Sefco. This guy dives over the top. Silver, aye. Fastest player in the league. Dyson flew past him when he was attacking. You remember that against him?
That's right. The Rangers always do that, don't they? They think they've got the fastest players in the league, don't they? So I think they've done it with Loving-Crans as well, and a Gat flew past him. So, aye, no, it's just a nonsense.
Aye. Loving-Crans is still feeling the G-force for Diddy Ragat passing by him. And I think Silver's feeling the same thing. He had a 10-yard start ahead of Dyson. He was sprinting and Dyson flew past him and took the ball off him.
Yeah, that's true. I remember that actually. It's one of the ones Dyson was chasing back, wasn't it? Yeah, I remember it. Yeah.
Aye, he's no half the player Dyson as Silver. Anyway, Rosemary, she says, no competition this week, lads. I like that part. I forgot about the competition, but we put it on a different video, Rosemary.
Yeah, we put on a different video, John, and I'll do that for this week's competition as well for the Scottish Cup. I'll make a separate video for Facebook and YouTube, just because I forgot to mention it. But it's better that way, I think, John. We can actually concentrate on whatever's happening at Celtic, and the competition can go on a wee separate reel. So yeah, it's a wee bit better, and we're getting more interest that way as well, John.
Aye, well, if it works out better that way, then that's what today. So our regulars or anybody listening, just look out for the competition videos. That's all you need to do. Just look out for them. I'm sure they'll be posted soon. So look out for that, everybody. Next up was we would never sell our club. What a roller coaster season it's been for Celtic with all the injuries we had throughout the season, with key players out and all that stuff, corrupt officials, cheating, beating, and still get over the line. It's incredible, and it makes it all the sweeter.
Who was that, John? Who said that comment? That's a great comment. Because we lift these trophies, John, you forget about cheating beating. You forget about the VAR decisions that were shocking. You forget about the injuries, the suspensions, everything else, because we got the title over the line, and we got it over the line with a bit of ease in the end, really. Who said that comment, John?
We would never sell our club. Always leaves good comments.
Yeah, that's true. There's always a good comment there. So thanks for the comment, Paul.
Aye, thanks for that. We would never sell our club. We've been through a lot this season. That's why it was just that bit sweeter. And like I said the other day, this is the best League One for me. Out of the 12 out of 13 that we've won, this has been the best one for me. It was absolutely brilliant, Xander.
Totally agree, John. That was it was a lot of relief there, John, but a lot of partying. I noticed there was a lot of smiles on people's faces. It was different this year, wasn't it?
It was definitely different, and for a good reason. That we would never sell a club just says. Anyway, Xander, I agree with everything you and we would never sell a club says there. Next up was one club since 1888 says Matt was classy, counting the medals.
Yeah, the medals. That's it. I was thinking about it. You know, Bernaby, John. He's due a medal as well. Bernaby was there for 6 months, and he's won as many trophies as what Tavernier's won.
Aye, exactly. Aye, well, I liked wee Bernaby. Or Bernaby.
Yeah.
We'll call him now. It was Bernaby by.
Bernaby has won as many league titles as 12-year. Is that how long he's been there? 10 years? 9 years, sorry. 9-year Rangers captain, Super Tavernier, 1 winners' medal. Bernaby, 6 months, 1 league winners' medal.
Do you know what would really help Tavernier though? If there was another COVID outbreak and the stadiums were empty, he'd be on fire. You can only play in empty stadiums. That's what their strong point is, empty stadiums. And that's their problem. If you want to win leagues, keep your fans at your stadiums.
Yeah. Next season, FC. Yeah, you're right, John. All right, what else you got for us, buddy?
222 BRNO says we need to get Ida signed pronto.
That's a brilliant comment for 222. Well said, pal. We need to get that boy over the line, John. It's just look at that Kilmarnock game. He's worth every penny of 5 million as far as I'm concerned. I know earlier on we were saying about the 2.5, 3.5. But if it's 5, get the 5 paid. Don't do a John McGinn and refuse to pay the money. Get the money paid. You've got the money in the bank. Pay the money for the boy.
Aye, 5.5 million. I'd say 5.5, 6 million. I think we've got a half decent player for that price. I agree with 222 BRNO. I think we should get him signed pronto because it's a bit of a snip for what I've seen so far. Not a snip, but he looks worth that money. That's what I think anyway. But next
Well,
up,
John, sorry to interrupt. Mido Baldy, 3.5, 4 million. 5 million for Ida. John, you know, it just makes sense to sign this boy, I think.
I definitely, Xander, I agree. I definitely think he's worth the 5.5 million. 5.5 million. If Norwich want 6, pay them. As simple as that. He's a half decent player, and I think he'd do a great job for Celtic.
Yeah, John, we've got a wee try before you buy, and it's worked out, so get him signed, Celtic.
He seems to like it at Celtic as well, which is good. I think he wants to stay Xander, so that's all good.
Yeah, makes a difference, yeah.
So next up was Paul McComb. Bring on St Mirren. Let's keep it going full strength. Building up a rhythm. Hail, hail, 5-0. We all thought it was going to be a bit of a scalping, but it didn't work out that way, did it?
There was a lot of scalping predictions. Only 200 entries, John, on the correct score competition, and most of them, in fact, let me have a wee look, John. Let me have a wee look at some of these scores, right? 4-0, 5-0, 5-1, 6-0, 4-1, 5-0. John O'Donnell, 6-0. Brian Cofield, 6-1. There was lots of scalpings. But as you say, it never worked out like that, you know. And by the way, congratulations to everybody that entered the competition. That was a lot of entries. Just keep entering, folks. Get your entries in for this week. As John says, just look out for the wee video reels for the competition this week.
Aye. I thought it was going to be 4. You thought it was going to be 6. So we were amongst the ones thinking it was going to be a scalping. Anyway, Next up was our Roseanne. Roseanne says, Shankland. What a joke. Oh well, I don't care. I'm so happy. Good luck for Celtic on Saturday. Depleted team for Saturday, I expect. Keep up the good work, lads. Well, it was a depleted team. And Shankland winning the Football Writers Player of the Year. A bit of a surprise, that, to be honest with you. But he did score against Sevco, so we'll let it go.
Yeah, we'll let it go, John. It's just the Writers Player anyway. It's just the Daily Record and the Sun newspaper votes. So it counts for absolutely nothing as far as I'm concerned.
All right, I thought they were looking for Mars bar rappers.
Yeah, well, that's it. They put in their vote and then they headed down to the city centre for, with their wee phones taking photos. You know, oh, look at him dropping that can of beer. So,
Do you know, it's the kind of like, do you ever buy that wee paper in Glasgow called The Digger?
yeah, I've seen it. Yeah, yeah.
Saw about who was at court and all that. What he done. It's a hilarious wee paper. I used to buy it years ago, The Digger. And it's just all the gossip for the courts, basically. Just this wee newspaper that's quarter the size of a full-size newspaper. It's quite good, actually. I quite like it. Daily Records turned into something like that, innit?
Yeah, that's it, innit? Because nobody's buying their newspapers and they're trying to get their stuff online. The only reason why I knew about the headlines is because I saw it in the Celtic News Now. And by the way, Celtic News Now, I've got to thank them as well because all season they've put their videos on their page, so we appreciate that. But that's the only reason why I seen it, John. I would never buy their paper, and I've never gone to their site online either.
No, I don't buy papers or go to newspaper websites. The reason I don't go to newspaper websites is the adverts pop up so in your phone and your tablet. That's why I don't use it. Anyway, next up, we would never sell a club again. Good, best of luck to the girls on Sunday against Hibs. Make it a double celebration.
Yeah, well, we got the double celebration, didn't we, John? We got the both cups over the line. I feel like, I mean, the Celtic men's was a wee bit easier in the end, but the ladies definitely had to battle for that today, John.
Aye. Well, it's all done and dusted now. So both teams, big celebrations, fantastic. James Doran says, personally, I don't think Shankland deserved Player of the Year.
But he didn't get Player of the Year, John. He got the Writers' Player of the Year. It's a non-event, you know. Matt O'Reilly got Player of the Year, so I know what you're saying, James. You shouldn't have got the Writers' one either. I know what you're saying, pal, but to me, that's a non-event. That one.
Aye. He basically says he was posted missing every time he played the Diet Sevco. Oh, sorry, the Diet current Buns played Sevco.
Aye. Who was that? Who was posted missing?
Shankland.
Oh, Shankland's all right. No. Shankland's he shouldn't have been anywhere near Player of the Year, John, for it. Even for the writers, if I'm going to be honest with you.
The Shankmeister.
The Shankster.
Aye. I think they'll sign him. He'll fit in with that, won't it? That's what they'll be calling him on the phone-ins now. The Shanksters, what a goal. That's what they're liking. They give their players all these names, didn't they? Kenny Miller, the Kenzo, all that stuff.
Boydo. Burko.
Aye, the Sebo.
All right, mate.
Anyway, Michelle Stewart says today's guesses, and she says she was sorry she was late. I'm not going to read out her guesses. Thanks for that, Michelle. One club says Shankland Spangle Bun. Was that something you get out of Greg's?
Well, I'll maybe give up that almond slice and have a Shankland Spangle Bun.
A Shankland Spangle Bun and 2 pies, please.
So good, isn't it? All right, John, we'll end it there. We'll end it in a laugh and a smile because it's been a laughy, smiley weekend. I've no had a smile off my face the whole weekend, John. Make sure we sum up before we go, pal.
2 Shankland Spangle Buns.
They sound quite nice, don't they?
A Shankland Spangle Bun would be lovely. I can picture it now. Just like a bun with icing on it and sparkly things on top of it. Sparkly goodness, you know what I mean?
maybe you've started something there, John. Maybe Greg's listening in. You never know.
It does sound like a good cake, to be honest with you, a Shankland Spangle bun. But aye, summing up the season, the league, we were written off, weren't we? Basically, the whole season we were written off by the media. They were bumming about. Sevco are the only team that can win trebles, blah, blah, blah. Their fans were bumping their gums. And at the end of the day, and they were out letting fireworks and all that off after beating Dundee at home and all that stuff. But at the end of the day, Celtic had the strength and character to overcome that, basically. We get through it. And we get through it with ease. We got our players back, and like we predicted ages ago, once our full team's back, we'll see who's the champions at the end of the season. Brendan got it right. Is that right? We'll see you in May. And it came to fruition. Here we are, champions of Scotland yet again for a 54th title. It's the best one in the past 13 years, and it's been, what a weekend. And well done the Celtic ladies who brought the title home to Paradise for the ladies as well.
Okay, John, well summed up. That was superb. And yeah, all I would say to the Celtic supporters that listen to this is enjoy your summer, enjoy it, because it was a horrible winter. We went through a horrible winter there. It was tough being a Celtic supporter through the winter there. We went through a lot of tough games, a lot of injuries, full ravagely injured team there, John. And we came through, as Brendan says, we'll see you in May. We're here in May. It's beautiful. It's sunny. We're champions. And we'll catch everybody for the preview of the Scottish Cup final on Friday night. Thanks for that, John. Hail, hail, buddy.
Hail, hail, mate. I'll speak to you later, Xander.
Speak to you later, pal.